Okay, we are at Brasstown Bald, getting ready to hike the highest point in Georgia. So excited, we're at the Chattahoochee National Forest. This is Highway 180. Julie and I are about to get on the trail. Welcome to Brasstown Bald, the highest mountain in Georgia. So this is the little parking area right here at the fork in the road. There's the Brasstown Bald Visitor Center sign, and we get on the trail right here past this sign. Right up here. That sun is just coming up and peeking around the cloud, and it is going to be our friend today because it is cold. It is April 1st, 2021, and it is a crisp, cold morning here in the North Georgia mountains. Cute peak. Yeah, that was on the Appalachian Trail. Rocky Mountain.
Yep, that's Rocky Mountain.
There's a mountain over there. Done that on the AT. The morning sun's coming through the trail too. So pretty. So this trail's been consistently blazed blue. Whew. You can almost see the mountain ridges through the trees. We've got about a mile, mostly uphill. So pretty. The trees are blocking some of the wind. Thank goodness. More mountain peaks up here. Climbing on these switchbacks. Whew. Getting the heart rate going for sure. The heart rate's like boom, boom, boom in my ears. The video totally doesn't do it justice. That's incredible. You can see all the different ridges. Not really on the video, but so.
In real life. So get out here.
That's right. Experience.
And breathe this fresh mountain air.
That's why I love these menthol things.
That makes you breathe
Yeah,
deep.
it helps me breathe deep. It's really hard wood, but the rhododendron, there's so many places in Georgia where you walk through these tunnels of rhododendron trees and bushes, and they are twisty and beautiful and all over the trails in North Georgia. Oh, that wind is cold. The sun is our friend today because it is so cold up here and the wind's blowing. What's the wind chill?
I don't know, but it feels like about 22.
And we're in a rhododendron forest, and there's these beautiful huge oaks. The sun's washing a lot of it out, but it is just beautiful.
This cool kind of slimy mushroom. I'm assuming it's a mushroom. I guess we should make sure it's not an algae, but yeah.
That's cool looking.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like a brain.
Yeah. And then look at these cool twisted trees. Look at them all twisted up there. So much resilience in nature. We are climbing a mountain today, the highest mountain in Georgia. So we parked at the parking lot, and it's 3 miles up of switchbacks. So get the old heart pumping and breathing heavy. The trail is starting to get crunchy. There's ice crystals. Getting colder the higher we go.
All right, we're like 2/3 the way up to Brasstown Bald, and we were just talking. There's just something about it when you hike up the mountain and then you look out at the view. It's a totally different experience than when you drive and look at a view. That's expansive and amazing, but there's something that just takes your breath away when you hike up and look out. Not just literally takes your breath away, but figuratively your heart just like swells at the beauty of it.
When you've really worked for that view.
When you've worked for it, then you can feel it. You can feel it down deep. That beautiful, beautiful view.
Yeah, it's indescribable, really. The sun's out, so we can't really see the peaks as well, but it is definitely breathtaking in more than one way.
In multiple ways.
It's so cool. It's little flowers are growing out of the moss. Like 2 different kinds of moss or something. Look at this cool tree.
And all the ice flakes on the ground.
This tree has seen some hard times. Fairies live at Brasstown Bald.
This ice is so amazing. So it rained yesterday, so all underneath here, because it was wet, and then it froze. So the whole ground rose up. So as we walk, it's like crunch, 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 as the ground rose up out of the frozen ice crystals.
It's amazing. Here's some more frost flowers.
It's starting to get
It's really cold.
hungry.
Yeah, me too. Gotta have a snack. These are amazing. So many frost flowers. This is the coolest stuff. It's got little icicles hanging off here. Some really cool moss. Oh, this is lichen. Look at this cool lichen, Julie.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like Christmassy.
Yeah.
And then you see the icicles.
Yes.
So this is lichen and moss together, right?
Yep.
What did you
Old
say?
lichen is dead, but often it has an association with the rock, and it mineralizes the rock, and so it's almost like it's stained.
And what did you say earlier about different species wanting to coexist in nature?
Oh, nature doesn't like a monoculture, so nature wants variety and diversity and fights. That's how
They thrive
life is.
and
They
live
thrive,
off of each other.
Community structures, all these species.
Community structure.
Yeah, they compete and fight for space, but definitely that's one of the most healthy ecosystems and diverse ecosystems. So we're walking in this like frozen ground. Is so crunchy, but I just wanted to crunch all of it. Like it has the same satisfaction of like crunching bubble wrap when you're a kid. It's all crunchy.
It is, little ice crystals. It's like trail bubble wrap. So we came down into the parking lot area where you can actually park and go see it. And here's the history of Brasstown Bald.
So fascinating. The Cherokee history is really interesting. History is really interesting, just a little part of it, but the part that we're really reading about is that Brasstown actually is a misnomer, kind of. It came from settlers, the settlers' confusion over the Cherokee word. So the Cherokee word for place of fresh green is what they called this, but they thought they were saying the word for brass, and so then it became Brasstown.
So it got its name from the confusion of the Cherokee language.
So we've been hiking on Jack's Knob Trail. We started at Jack's Gap, but eventually on the other side it would keep going and about another mile or so, and you'd hit the AT. Is that a cloud or smoke?
It's like smoke. So you can actually drive up to here and park and go see. But we hiked it.
Those nice picnic tables.
Yeah, there's picnic tables you can have a picnic at. Because not everybody is able to hike that. That was a good uphill climb. So this is a good alternative for people who still want to be able to see this beautiful area. So it looks like they possibly have a shuttle that will take you up. So that might be an option for some people as well. Here's the visitor center. You get all kinds of information.
So I think it would be cool to try to just do a trip, and the bucket list would be to get all these falls that are just in this area.
Oh, look at there.
So I've only been to a few of these. I've just been to Anna Ruby and Dukes Creek and Ravencliff.
So from the parking lot in the visitor center, 0.6 of a mile. And it's paved all the way, so that makes it easier for a lot of people. So here's some of our questions answered. The sun's on this, so you can't quite see it, right? But the long leaf ones were this Rose Bay rhododendron, which is the long leaf ones right there. And so these shorter ones are some type of
Native azalea
family.
Which are related. Rhododendrons and azaleas are related.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same
Super cool.
family. Yeah, so
But
cool.
yeah, rhododendron maximum. So that name.
Wow. So this half a mile is half a mile up. Straight up.
Paved road.
Yeah. So the trail crosses the road up here.
God, it's such a gorgeous view. You can see the valley. So much topography of hilltop after hilltop after hilltop headed towards the Smokies. The video just doesn't even do it justice.
No, you can't see the rolling. You can't see the different ridge lines. Whew. That's a good climb.
My topo map says it's taller than that, but I'm sure the sign knows. Charles puts it at 4:1. Amazing, gorgeous.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enter this way and come back this way?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it.
So we go up the stairs.
Do you want me to go first?
And yeah.
Some of the shady areas, a little bit ago, someone came down and said the shady areas still had a little bit of ice up there. Hopefully they thaw it out by now, but just keep in mind them not to be. Sure. Okay.
Wow. Look at this.
know right there past that gravel road. If you go down, if you look down to the right of it, our cabin sits over there.
It says, standing before you are the Southern Appalachian Mountains. We've hiked Blood Mountain. Actually, all of those. It says in Georgia, the entire 79 miles of the Appalachian Trail fall within the boundaries of the Chattahoochee National Forest.
We climbed a mountain today.
Yes, we did. The tallest mountain in Georgia, the highest.
What's wrong with that? We go to the beach.
We're having some salami and cheese wraps with Chick-fil-A sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
That makes it all better in Georgia.
What kind of Chick-fil-A sauce?
The honey roasted barbecue. It's the bomb.
Yeah,
It is a blustery day.
it is so crazy looking. Oh my goodness. Right, so this, here at higher elevations, we're getting all of these different conifers that we wouldn't get down where we live. And this is a spruce, and you can kind of tell a spruce from a pine. The needles are individual, but also if you run your hand backwards, it pokes you. It's spiky, so then you can remember that's a spruce.
That's cool. I think this is almost to the top again. Picture. Wow. All just nestled away in these native rhododendrons. Like its own little forest.
Schist.
So right down from our little fairy hut in the tree over there, there is this rock. I hope my shadow doesn't get it. And it's glittery.
It is so super little tiny bits of glitter. Glitter, glitter.
And what's the name of this rock?
So we reached out to my sister who's a geologist, and she said, oh yes, I know this rock. This is a medium grade metamorphic rock from this. So the Appalachians are a very ancient mountain range, and she said it is a classic piece of schist. There you go.
A metamorphic rock, right?
Yep, it's a metamorphic, yeah.
So there's these classic pieces all over this trail, and the sun hits them and it just makes a glittery trail. It's so cool.
So we were noticing that this pine cone is really different than the loblolly pines that we see down lower in the Piedmont, and so we were just trying to think about what this pine tree might be, and we could tell that likely it's a white pine, Pinus strobus. If you look at the number of needles per fascicle or needles per group, there's 5 of them, and that is characteristic of the white pine. And so it's really interesting as we go up in elevation, you start to get different types of species show up. So it's fun to see that variety and that difference.
I love the
Where we live.
long pine cone's so pretty.
It's a pretty pine.
And we're back to the car. We made it. We hiked the highest mountain in Georgia.